Alright, the date today is the 14th of February 2022. In the last week and a half, 2 weeks, my channel has blown up from 350 subs around there to 1.8k, which honestly is insane. Like, I made that skit. So the reason that it blew up was I made a skit of Hamza. It was a Hamza parody. I was just taking the piss, right, just for fun, as like a different kind of style of video, and it did exceptionally well. Like, I think it's on 60k views now. And keep in mind, my most viewed video before this was a short with about 3.1k. So it's really just exploded my growth. It got like 8k likes. Honestly, thank you guys, because I did not think I'd be so close to 2,000 subscribers, let alone 1,000 subscribers in February. I thought it'd maybe take until like summer to get to that level, but if we can accelerate it, I'm not complaining. But this has kind of raised my awareness that you got to be careful if you're trying to establish a personal brand, because it was really fun to make the skit. I did enjoy it. I don't regret it, but you can't rinse it, okay? Because I have my own personal brand that I want to build on, right? Like me as my own entity. And if I keep rinsing skits of other people, then I'm just going to be known as the guy who does skits, right? That can blow my channel up faster, but does that mean I should blow it up faster? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Like, you could go make like a Ziz channel, and I could get like 10k fairly quickly if you make the right kind of memes and you do it. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you hop on. So let's say you did like a Ziz compilation, and then you put all the self-improvement YouTubers in it. Like that would pop off. That would get like 20k views probably, if not like 100k. You got to be careful with this kind of stuff, especially if you're starting your own channel. I think using trends is definitely a good idea, right? Because that's just boosted my channel. But yeah, honestly, I've learned that things can change so quickly, because I've spent months and months making videos. Like, if you go see the video on the main channel, we hosted a street photo shoot for strangers. I probably spent like 9 hours editing that, and it took a whole day of recording. And for what? It's got like 200 views, less than 200 views right now, at the time of recording, like 14th of February 2022. I put all that work in, and it just went to nothing. And this is what kept happening. Like my 9 to 5 job one, where I talk about 9 to 5 job, poison or purity, etc., etc. That took ages to make as well. I tried to make it like cinematic style, you know James Janney, where he's got like the dark side of like get rich quick gurus, get rich quick, get rich quick gurus. He's got like the thumbnail with like Ty Lopez and Dan Locke and all of those guys, and he's made it super cinematic. I tried to kind of replicate that by like getting a lot of B-roll and stuff in it, but again, it kind of flopped. Got like 300 views, 400 views, but I just kept putting the effort into the videos that I was making, and eventually one of them just did really well, like the Hamza one, right? I put the same amount of effort that I put into that as I do into my other videos, and that's what happens. So you just gotta stick with it, really. You just gotta stick with it. But honestly, like, the amount of effort that I put into other videos, and they're not doing well at all. I mean, it was very disheartening at times, because I saw other channels. I saw other guys who were making videos that were just shitter than mine, right? I was like, the production quality is shit. This guy, I couldn't understand why they were blowing up. I didn't really get it. And, I mean, they weren't blowing up, but they had like 5, 6, 7k, and I was like, but like, these videos are so generic. Like, he's just talking about nofap, or like whatever. And there was nothing that was really standing out to me. I couldn't quite grasp why they were blowing up. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is just playing trends. If you can play the right trend, if you can play trends, whatever's happening on YouTube right now, like parodies are doing well right now. Like, I've kind of established my parody as like the one to watch, which is great. But then again, there's a risk of me getting labelled as the parody guy of self-improvement YouTubers, which is not what I want, right? That's not really what I want. Like, I was getting comments like Hamza 2.0, etc. Like, it's all fun and games, but if I was just trying to be like strictly just comical, sure, this is perfect. But it's not quite what I'm going for. I think I'm starting to reshape the main channel on what I want to focus on. I'm on a 1.8k subs. I think what's going to be really cool is coming back to this video in, I don't know, like 3 years. I'm at like 50k, 100k by then. I should be. I think I will be. I'm pretty confident that I will be. I think by end of 2022, I could be like 10 to 20k, if not maybe more. That's what I'm aiming for. If I could get to like 10, 20k by 2022, end of the year, I'd be pretty. I think that's a pretty good year, to be honest. But yeah, aim higher and see what happens. But this kind of style of video is just gonna be for like documenting my journey, and you guys can see the progression as my channel develops, as I develop. Because I'm only 18, right? Like I'm just getting started right now. I'm literally just getting started, and I'd rather start it now than when I'm at 10k, 15k, just so you guys can see the journey, you can see the progression over time, really. Maybe you can relate to that in some way. But yeah, going from 350 to 1.8k, honestly, I'm so grateful that that's happened so quickly. But as soon as like one thing gets solved, because I wanted my growth to be faster, as soon as that got solved, you find a new problem. Like, I'm spending too much time on my phone now, looking at my analytics. But that's not actually going to change anything. Me looking at the numbers and then clicking refresh, it's not going to change the actual number of views. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of just a bit pointless at the end of the day. Like, I still feel addicted to my phone at sometimes. I'm going to make a video about this. How I'm still addicted to my phone, even after doing, like, a dopamine detox. Maybe I need to do a more aggressive one. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there, you know? But going from 350 to 1.8k, I mean, like, just think about that in a week. Like, that is nuts. That is, like, absolutely insane, right? It literally just blew me up. But yeah. I have enjoyed it. I'm still going to keep making videos, of course. Gonna stick to the interview style. I think at this point, right, I'm at a stage where I can go either direction. I can really focus on skits if I want, but I don't want to do that. I think for my channel, right, I am going to be a mix of Sneeko, Captain Sinbad, Hamza, and I want to add my own element of it. I think the niche that I want to really emphasize, the sub-niche within holistic self-improvement, within self-improvement as well, just as a whole, I think I want to focus on spontaneity. I think that's what I want to do. Because I was just journaling last night, I just had the idea that what if I make my focus spontaneity? Because I don't think there's a self-improvement channel that's got to focus on that, like taking risks, taking calculated risks, not just any risk, right? I'm not saying to go take your money and like put it on fucking 100x leverage and then chuck it into an altcoin. I'm not saying to do that, right? I'm saying as you go about your daily life, there are like decisions that you can make that will likely bring you a benefit. They're likely going to help you, and I want to focus on that, because some of the videos that I want to do in the future, probably in about a year or two when my money's up, when my money's up to like 10k, 15k a month, which I think it will be eventually. Right now, for reference, it's like a good month is like 3k, a bad month's about 1k, 1.3k. It's like always hovering between that. It really depends, honestly, but it's not like 5k, 10k yet. It's not that level yet. But I think once it does get to that level, I'm gonna start doing videos like I met like a random person online and I took them skydiving or something like that. Like if you guys know the channel Yes Theory, when I started YouTube, I really wanted to do that kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna transition into that, and I want to show. I don't want to tell. Like, it's going to be a focus around about spontaneity. So I need to show myself being spontaneous, which I am kind of anyway. It's a skill that I've worked on. I think, like anything, it's a skill. You just kind of get into it. Like, I'll give you an example, right? Cavs67, right? Another self-improvement YouTuber. We were doing, like, comments on each other's channel. And I DM'd him on Instagram. I was like, bro, we should do a collab. And this was on Wednesday. So it's Monday right now, so that was last Wednesday. And then we have a call on Wednesday night, and I'm like, yo, we should meet up sometime. We should like think about doing something. And literally, he lives like 3 hours away on a train. and I just booked a ticket for Friday. I was like, alright, I'll just come on Friday because I got time right now. Like, just acting on impulse when it's calculated, like, there was literally no risk of doing that. It was like a, what, £16 ticket or something. Alright, I'll just go, and we'll meet. Why not? Spend the day, get to know each other, you know? Meeting more like-minded people. I think things like that I really want to focus on in my channel. Taking a bit more risks. Getting out of your comfort zone, but not like the generic version of just getting out of your comfort zone. More of just, that's just something you do. Like getting out of your comfort zone and doing unusual stuff that the average person wouldn't. It just becomes normalized for you. I think that's something that I really want to focus on. But yeah, the growth of my channel in the last week, I think if there are any aspiring YouTubers here who maybe you've got like a couple of hundred subs or you literally haven't even made a video, whatever you want to focus on in your channel, in my opinion, I think you should definitely take trends into account, see what's doing well and combine it into your own content. Because you can take advantage of that. If you just make like a generic dopamine detox video, that trend's kind of dead now, right? Like, Nicholas Crystal made a video about that about a year ago, maybe, I don't know, about a year ago now, and that absolutely blew up. That got like 5 million views, right? And that was like super high production quality, super high editing. He's a filmmaker, so it was bound to be. But if you're trying to do a self-improvement channel or whatever you're doing, if you can like tie it to like a current trend that's popping off right now, and you don't like completely copy it, you kind of integrate it into it. That's kind of what I did, right? Like, I took a trend that was popping off, which was the Hamza, which was like impressions and parodies, but I was still in the video. It wasn't like, you see, what would have been a bad video for my channel would have been Hamza out of context. That's actually a really, really good idea. Like, if you guys want to do like a Hamza out of context, that's basically where you just like take clips of him and you would like edit them so he like says something that doesn't really make any sense, or says something a bit weird, right? And you edit it so it looks like that. That would be really entertaining. That would probably pop off. If I made that, nah, it's not really going with my channel. I'm not even in the video, right? I'm just editing him. That's not what I want to be my own entity. That's the thing, right? If you want to be your own entity, you got to be careful. You either make a channel about yourself and what you do, whether that's self-improvement, it's finance, it's gaming, it's like maybe you're into rollerblading, I don't know, whatever you do. Or you make like a trend channel where you're literally just finding trends that are popping off and you capitalize off of it, like as this channel. Those are your two approaches in my opinion. I think the personal brand one is definitely harder initially, but I think long term it's going to be more rewarding. I think you're going to get more out of it over time. It's not going to be as volatile, I think, as doing trends, because you can just go up and down like that. You can just die instantly, I feel. Your views can just drop hard. But yeah. Just be consistent. That's what I'm noticing. Just be consistent. Don't focus on the views. Like when I made that video, I wasn't actually focusing on oh, I want this to get 10k, 20k, 30k. I want it to blow me up. I was just thinking, how can I make the best parody of this guy possible? I was like, what are the references I could do that the fans would really appreciate? Like getting a picture of Sam on the wall. Like I was like, no one's gonna do that. Like. And some people will notice it. A lot of people won't even know what even that is. Those things around a picture. But some people will notice it. Little things like that. Like the LED lights, I had it on red. Little things like that. I really try to... Attention to detail. Attention to detail. Now, you can put tons of attention to detail and your video doesn't pop off. And it looks like a waste of time. And that's happened a lot. Like, in a lot of my videos, I've tried to be really detailed in what I edit and how I make it look. And it didn't really change anything. But I kept doing that. I didn't give up. And look what I was rewarded for that. For putting in the minor details. So I said to myself, if I don't make it as good as I possibly can, I'm going to regret it after. If I were to go redo it, I think I could do it even better now. But yeah, it was a fun video to make. But attention to detail, taking trends and adapting it to your own channel, I think is like really powerful. And you can really use that to start blowing up your channel. It's worked for me. But if you abuse it a bit too much, then it's not really going to work. So you got to be careful. But that's pretty much it for this video. It's very unstructured, very unscripted. I'm probably going to get better at doing this. Because I feel like I did waffle. I did repeat my points a couple times. But if you guys find it helpful, then I've done my job. Like, this is just because throughout the day I have like conversations with myself where I'm literally just talking to myself out loud, and I'm just like, why don't I just put it on a camera? There's no harm. And I think also it will be nice to look at, maybe in like, I don't know, like a couple of years, it'll be like, oh yeah, I was like that, or I used to look like that, or whatever, right? Just as like a document, it's like a video diary almost, right? And if you guys learn something from it, then that's great. Yeah, I've done my job. And if you found it entertaining, if you like talking to me, if you like hearing me, then yeah. But main channel's in the description if you want to look at it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one.